Welcome to Marketing Deep Dive Podcast, Episode 2.
Ever wondered if those buy a million YouTube views websites are legit?
Like, can you really just pay your way to YouTube stardom?
Yeah, exactly. Like, is that the ticket?
Right.
You've come to the right place because today we are diving deep into the world of buying YouTube views.
Ooh, exciting.
We're going to answer all your questions.
Alrighty.
And we're going to dissect a fascinating video investigation where this guy,
Okay.
Marcus Jones, he actually bought 5 million views.
Wow.
Using 6 different methods.
Okay, so he went all in.
He went all in.
He really wanted to get to the bottom of this.
It did, from the super shady to the surprisingly legit.
Okay, interesting.
So we're going to cover it all.
I love that what I think is so captivating about this whole deep dive is that it's not just about the numbers.
Right.
You know, we get to kind of peek behind the curtain of YouTube's algorithm and see this constant push and pull between creators who are hungry for growth.
Of course.
And the platform itself trying to keep things fair and square.
Absolutely. So strap yourselves in.
Buckle up.
Because we are taking you along for the ride.
Yeah.
We'll see what really happens when you buy YouTube views, what works, what doesn't, and most importantly, what it all means for you and your own YouTube journey.
Love it.
Now, Marcus started his experiment by going straight to the dark side.
Oh, boy.
Bot views.
Bot views.
What are they?
So a bot view is basically an automated click from software designed to make a video's view count artificially higher.
And they're tempting because they are cheap.
Oh, yeah.
And fast. In fact, Marcus found a site offering what they called regular views. But guess what?
What?
They were just bot views in disguise.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky.
And the scariest part, YouTube can actually delete your video if they catch you using bots.
Yeah, the platform is constantly working to sniff out fake engagement.
Yeah.
It really throws the whole system out of whack.
For sure, for his bot experiment, Marcus dropped a mere $26 for 10,000 views.
Not bad.
And it took months for those views to even show up. But when they did, let's just say it wasn't exactly a party.
So anticlimactic, I imagine.
Yeah.
Total flop.
So what happened?
The results were pretty bleak. We're talking almost zero impact on watch time.
Wow.
Subscribers, or any kind of organic growth.
No.
It's a perfect example of what are called vanity metrics. They might look impressive on the surface,
Right.
but they don't translate to actual engagement.
So how come these bot views don't translate into actual engagement?
It's because YouTube's algorithm is a lot smarter than people give it credit for.
Okay.
It can recognize patterns of inauthentic behavior, and it's designed to prioritize videos with genuine engagement.
Okay.
From real viewers.
Yeah.
Think about it. A bunch of bot views just racking up numbers, no comments,
Right.
no likes, no shares, nobody watching for longer than a few seconds.
Yeah.
That's a giant red flag for YouTube.
It screams fake.
It screens fake, and the algorithm picks up on that.
So even if you do manage to trick the system for a bit,
Right?
you're ultimately hurting your chances of long-term success.
Totally. And that brings us to another tactic that, while not as shady as bots,
Okay.
still falls into that gray area.
Okay.
Clickfarms.
Clickfarms. Now, clickfarms are basically what they sound like.
Yeah.
A bunch of people, often working in less than ideal conditions,
Right.
getting paid to click on videos.
The idea is that you're technically getting views,
Right.
but it's not genuine engagement.
Right. It's sort of like paying people to stand in line for a restaurant that serves terrible food.
Exactly.
Sure, the line looks long, but is anyone actually enjoying the meal?
Exactly. Nobody's going back for seconds.
No. So to see how effective clickfarms really are, Marcus spent $52 for another 10,000 views.
Okay.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Yeah, he's going for that 10K.
He is, but tell me, were the results any better?
Unfortunately, no. And what's even more alarming is the cost effectiveness.
Okay.
He ended up spending $866 per subscriber gained through the click farm,
What?
compared to another method we'll talk about later,
Okay.
where he paid only $13 per subscriber.
Wow. That's a massive difference.
Yeah.
It really highlights how inefficient these methods are, even if they do technically deliver the views you pay for.
Right.
So we've ruled out bot views and click farms.
Okay. What about something a bit more legit?
Okay.
Something within the YouTube platform itself.
That's where YouTube Promotions comes into play. This is YouTube's own advertising platform designed to help creators get their videos in front of a wider audience.
So you're playing by YouTube's rules.
So you're playing by YouTube's rules.
Yeah.
Marcus gave this a try too, spending $100 to get 300,000 impressions.
Okay.
And of course, it did bring in some views, but what was really interesting was the impact on his subscribers.
Exactly. The cost per subscriber with YouTube promotions was a mere 41 cents.
That's incredibly cheap.
I know.
Compared to those other shady methods.
Yeah.
But there has to be a catch, right?
The catch is you can't target specific viewers with YouTube promotions.
Okay.
If you've got a brand new channel.
Right.
Or your content is pretty niche. It might not be the most effective way to grow.
So it's more for channels that are already established.
That's right.
And have a broader appeal.
It's more of an amplifier for existing reach, not a magic bullet to build a following from scratch.
Gotcha. So while YouTube promotions is a legitimate option for boosting visibility, it has its limitations.
It does.
Okay, so we've explored the seedy underbelly of bot views and click farms.
Right.
And dipped our toes into the waters of YouTube's own promotional tool.
Yeah.
Now it's time to move on to the big leagues.
You're talking about Google Ads.
You know it.
Okay, let's go.
With Google Ads, you get serious marketing power. You can target specific demographics, interests, languages.
Oh, yeah.
You name it. It's all about getting your videos in front of the right people.
The beauty of Google Ads is that it offers incredibly granular control over your campaigns.
Right.
But that also means there's a bit of a learning curve.
And Marcus definitely didn't shy away from diving headfirst into that learning curve.
No, we did not.
He went all in, spending a whopping $88,000 on 3 different Google Ads strategies. Talk about dedication.
He was committed.
He was.
His experiment really highlights the different approaches you can take with paid promotion on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the potential trade-offs you need to consider.
Sounds like we've got a lot to unpack here.
We do.
Where do we even begin?
Well, let's start with the most basic approach.
Okay.
Marcus first tested untargeted in-stream ads. Those skippable ads that play before a video starts.
Ah, the ones we all know and sometimes love.
Yes.
But we'll get into that later.
Yes.
So what happened when Marcus went down this route?
So with the untargeted in-stream ads.
Yes. Yes.
He was paying about 1.1 cents per view.
Wow.
Which is remarkably cheap.
Yeah, that is.
And for watch hours, it was around 39 cents per hour.
Okay.
That means you could theoretically hit that 4,000-hour watch time threshold needed for monetization without breaking the bank.
That sounds almost too good to be true.
Right.
But we talked about how untargeted ads often mean low viewer quality.
Yeah. Did that hold true in Marcus's experiment?
Absolutely. The majority of the views he got were from countries with low ad revenue potential.
Ah.
So he wouldn't have earned much from them.
Right.
And because the ads were untargeted, he wasn't building brand loyalty. People were clicking, but they weren't sticking around or really engaging with his content.
So lots of views, but not much value when it comes to building a loyal audience.
Exactly. It's a classic quantity over quality situation.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So next up, Marcus tried targeted in-stream ads.
Okay.
This is where you start narrowing down your audience based on keywords, demographics, and interests, right?
Right.
What happened there?
With targeted ads, things get a lot more strategic.
Okay.
He focused on countries with higher ad revenue potential.
Okay.
And used keywords and topics to attract viewers who were genuinely interested in what he had to offer.
Smart.
The cost per view went up to 1.6 cents.
Okay.
And it cost $142 per watch hour. So more expensive for sure.
Yeah.
But still reasonable. And what about subscriber growth? Was it any better with this more targeted approach?
Significantly better.
Okay.
The cost per subscriber plummeted to $35.84, which is a massive improvement compared to the untargeted campaign.
Wow.
This just goes to show that when you attract the right audience, they're more likely to become loyal subscribers.
It seems like even though it cost more upfront, the targeted ads were a much better long-term investment.
It's not just about buying views.
Right.
It's about building a community around your content.
Right.
And fostering genuine connections with people who are actually interested in what you have to say.
Okay, so untargeted ads are cheap, but low quality.
Right.
Targeted ads are more expensive, but they give you better results.
Yeah.
What about that last strategy, the in-feed ads?
Okay.
Those are the ads that blend in with the organic content on YouTube, appearing in search results and recommendations.
Right, and the idea is that they're less disruptive to the viewer. They don't feel as intrusive as those pre-roll ads.
Did people respond well to that less in-your-face approach?
They did.
Okay.
But it came at a price.
Okay.
The views were the most expensive at 6 cents each.
Oh, wow. Okay.
However, the watch hour cost was surprisingly good at 95 cents per hour.
Interesting. And didn't you say earlier that the cost per subscriber was unusually high with this method?
Yeah, that's the curious thing. It cost Marcus almost as much as the targeted in-stream ads to gain a subscriber through in-feed ads.
Really?
It's a bit of a head-scratcher because these ads are very similar to YouTube promotions, which had the absolute lowest cost per subscriber.
Why do you think that is? Why would the cost per subscriber be higher for in-feed ads than YouTube promotions?
One possibility is the level of control you have.
Okay.
With in-feed ads, you can get incredibly specific with your targeting.
Right.
And that might actually attract viewers who are less likely to subscribe. Maybe they're just looking for very specific information or entertainment, not necessarily to follow a particular channel.
I can see that. So it sounds like there's no one-size-fits-all answer when it comes to Google Ads. You really have to experiment and figure out what works best for your specific goals and audience.
It's all about understanding the nuances of each ad format and tailoring your strategy accordingly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Bot views, clickfarms, YouTube promotions, and 3 different types of Google Ads. What's the big takeaway? What did Marcus conclude after all this testing and number crunching? Was it worth it to buy YouTube views?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's not a simple yes or no answer. It all comes down to what you're trying to achieve. It all comes down to what you're trying to achieve.
So we've seen that buying YouTube views can be tempting.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just starting out.
Of course.
And eager to see those numbers climb. But is it really a smart move in the long run?
If we take a look at Marcus's experiment as a whole, it becomes pretty clear that buying views isn't some magic shortcut to YouTube success.
So out of all the methods he tried, none of them led to any significant, lasting organic growth. So what's the alternative?
Well, what should creators be focusing on instead of trying to game the system with bot views? It all boils down to creating content that truly resonates with your audience, really focusing on providing value, engaging with your viewers, and making sure your videos are optimized for search.
Essentially, it's about playing the long game.
It is.
Building a genuine community around your channel.
Exactly. It's about building something authentic and sustainable, something that people genuinely connect with.
Right. And it's not just about views, is it?
No, it's not.
Likes, comments, shares.
Right.
Those are all crucial indicators of true engagement.
Absolutely. Those are the gold stars, the signs that people are truly invested in your content.
It makes me wonder, though. Marcus's experiment focused mainly on views.
Right.
But what about those other engagement metrics?
Okay.
Can you ethically boost things like likes, comments, and shares? And if so, is that a strategy worth exploring?
That's a great question, and it's something that definitely deserves its own deep dive.
We'll have to add that to our list of future episodes.
I love it.
But for now, we've come to the end of our journey into the sometimes murky world of buying YouTube views.
It was quite a ride.
It was. We've seen the potential pitfalls, the risks involved, and how those paid-for views are ultimately just a temporary fix.
A Band-Aid solution.
Hopefully this deep dive has armed you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions about your own YouTube strategy.
There you go.